Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us here on 13 News at noon. I'm Karen Campbell. This afternoon, we know that a 26-year-old Zionsville daycare worker is charged with battery and neglect of a dependent. Ariana Adeniyi is accused of fracturing the leg of a 2-year-old boy. Now, police say this happened at a Zionsville Presbyterian church back in July. Our Chase Howell talked to the boy's father, who says the woman wasn't too fond of his son.
A daycare worker inside Zionsville Presbyterian Church is facing battery and neglect of a dependent after allegedly fracturing a child's leg.
He still repeats said teacher's name and that the teacher dropped me.
Court documents say the daycare worker can be seen on camera picking the little boy up above her head, spinning him around, and then flipping him over her shoulder as she walked around the classroom. Seconds later, the video reportedly shows the woman flipping the boy back over her shoulder and onto the ground.
It was not just a simple pick up and put down like it was described and signed off on the incident report for the day. His tibia snapped visibly on the footage.
In those court documents, it shows a text message from the worker to his supervisor saying she thinks she broke the boy's foot from playing with him too hard.
The text messages really between the instructors really they weren't brought to our attention at any time, which doesn't match the report that we got, which is really concerning.
While the daycare worker was being interviewed by police, court documents say she called the toddler a crybaby and that he was not a really nice kid.
To try and defend actions and try to take stabs at a 2-year-old really shows character flaws.
In an email from the church Wednesday night, they say the worker is no longer employed with its daycare, but will not comment further on the investigation.
And that was our Chase Howell reporting. Now, the boy's dad tells 13 News that his son is no longer wearing a cast, but that he continues to recover from the injury. An Indiana father is starting a 16-year prison sentence for neglecting his 6-month-old son. Now, we do want to warn you that the details of this case may be hard to hear. It's been more than a year since Evansville police found the baby more than 50 rat bites all over his body. Our NBC affiliate in Evansville reports the bites permanently disfigured the little boy. A judge in Vanderburgh County will sentence a woman also charged in this case later this month. The baby's aunt took a plea deal and was sentenced to 2 years probation. And 2 parents in Hamilton County are also facing charges after 2 middle schoolers ended up in the hospital after taking meth. Westfield police found one of the students unconscious at Westfield Middle School last week. The court documents state that the student told school administrators that she swallowed some meth she got from her boyfriend. The school identified the boyfriend as another middle school student. He told the administrators he gave his girlfriend powder and a crystal that he found on the floor of his dad's bedroom. Well, this afternoon, an investigation is now underway to determine if bones found in a northern Indiana yard are from a baby or an animal. A bone specialist in Indianapolis is now involved in the Jasper County case. Now this, as police in Wheatfield are looking into a report of a person allegedly confessing to killing 2 children. Investigators say the suspects denied those accusations. Time now to get you a check on our beautiful sunny forecast. Today we're giving you a live look right now over downtown Indianapolis, and warmer temperatures in October. I love warmer temperatures. A lot of people, they want their pumpkin spice lattes, their sweaters. I'm not ready for all that yet.
Well, you can have it. Just have it in the morning. Have it before we get into the 70s here.
Yeah.
And look, we've had hotter October days. I was just looking back. I mean, we've had some 90s before in October. So, yeah, it's going to be a bit warmer than average. But I tell you, from my opinion, the best weather anywhere in the world right now is happening right across Indiana. Another day of beautiful blue sky here, comfortable air, temperatures at this hour with severe clear conditions. We're almost at 70 degrees, and look at that. There's not much wind around. Dew points remain in the 40s, so the air is comfortable, and it leads to the swings from the crisp morning lows to the warming afternoons. And if you recall yesterday, we said we would tack on almost 10 degrees to our temperatures here now. We hit mid to low 70s yesterday, 72. We're at 69 in Indy right now. Compared to this time yesterday, Our pace is anywhere from 5 to 10 degrees warmer, and that's why we're forecasting highs to at least approach 80 degrees as we go into later today. So going to be another spectacular afternoon. Kids get off school, you get home from work, get out there and enjoy it. We have 80s, and we're going to talk about the new Drought Monitor Index all ahead in the 7-day outlook.
All right, thanks, Sean. Right now, a town official in Atlanta, Indiana is under investigation. An Atlanta town official in Hamilton County confirms police are investigating Utility Superintendent and Building Commissioner Andy Emmert. Emmert is not under arrest. Police searched and collected evidence at several town buildings as well as Emmert's home. Now, they loaded 2 different classic Oldsmobile Cutlass cars off of his property and onto flatbed trucks. Police eventually got warrants to haul them away. And 13 News sent Emmert an email, called him and got his voicemail and even texted him, but we have not yet heard back. The prosecutor's office tells us they aren't able to comment on any possible pending investigation. Well, you may soon notice an increased police presence near local synagogues and temples. They're there because of the Jewish holy day, Rosh Hashanah. IMPD says this is part of their ongoing commitment to ensuring the safety and security of everyone in the community. It also follows Iran's attack on Israel. It's been a little more than 24 hours since Iran launched 180 missiles into the country. Israel is vowing to respond with violent force. Well, 13 News is taking a closer look at the cost of the City County Council's investigation into the Hogsett administration, and that's because taxpayers will be footing the bill. Members of the committee are looking into allegations of sexual harassment by former staff members of the administration. The first step for the committee is hiring an outside law firm to conduct the investigation, and they want one without any ties to the city. So they've narrowed the list down to 3 choices, and none of them are cheap. One firm, Morgan Lewis, lists hourly rates as high as $1,200. Counselors are taking that into account and tell 13 News they haven't worked out an exact budget.
This is not something we would typically budget for at all. And of course, the severity of the claims and the very, the expertise that we want to contract with, it is going to be pricey. And so that's definitely unfortunate, and that's a concern that we have.
And the selection of the law firm is expected to happen in 1 week during a committee vote. This afternoon, an Indiana state representative is concerned over the decline in state funding for education. Representative Ed Delaney says a new report by the Legislative Services Agency shows the number of students getting post-secondary education is falling. That study found 66% of high school graduates went to college in 2011, and now that number is down to 53%.
If you graduated in the class of 2011, 10,000 more of your classmates went to college than will be going if you graduate this year.
And the study also found funding for Indiana's 290 school corporations has fallen from over 43% to around 36%. Delaney tells us that's creating a bigger burden for property taxes.
We've said to our schools there are 2 revenue sources that matter or that are big. One is property tax, and we'll squeeze that limit as hard as we can and get as much money. And the other is state revenue, and we'll just slow down paying that.
Delaney says he's hoping to make education funding a key topic in the 2025 state budget session. And we've also reached out to GOP lawmakers at the State House to get their input. We will pass along their response once it comes in. Well, yesterday at noon, we told you about a major investment in Boone County from Eli Lilly and Company. Well, now we're learning more about it. It's a $4 billion medicine foundry headed to Lebanon's Leap Innovation District. Lilly's investment in the area will now sit at more than $13 billion. It's expected to come with 400 jobs, engineers, scientists, and lab techs. The facility will help the company focus on researching new ways of producing medicines and therapies.
As well, this site will enable those types of inventions that can allow us to make 2-3 times as much medicine from the same process with chemical innovation.
And the state is paying for road and water improvements at the site. Governor Eric Holcomb says he worries about water supply there, worries about water supply there are unfounded. We've heard concerns over water impacts in Lebanon before, and we now know that any new construction in Lebanon depends on getting water. As we've reported, Citizens Energy has proposed a $700 million plan to boost the water supply. But an advocacy group, Citizens Action Coalition, is filing comments with the state against that plan. The group believes the proposal diverts public funds meant for clean drinking water to help companies build factories.